Thank you, Codemasters. This is why we can't have nice things. What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Finally, we're not playing career mode. So all of you online league racing, hardcore, F1 purists out there are rejoicing. A bit of variety on the channel. But yeah, here we are for an online video. I decided randomly just to go racing because I've been doing a lot of career mode lately, and I wanted to race some of you guys, and so that is what I'm doing today. So if you want to get involved, follow me on Twitter, and I will tweet out when I go live with open lobbies like this. But yeah, here we are, hosting a little old race. We're going to do about 3 races today, and we're going to see what we can come up with. So, loading a setup. I don't have a setup for every track just yet, so I'm kind of using my Singapore setup and then just adapting it to every other track just with the wings. And for the time being, winging it seems to be the best way to go. 5 red lights, and away we go for the British Grand Prix. Very cloudy day here in F1 2020. The world of F1 2020 is always very cloudy, it seems. But turn 1, it's chaotic as ever. I think we gained like 5 spots there. Didn't really even do anything. But regardless, it's been a good start, P4. The race leader completely cut out the first sector of the lap, so I'd imagine he's got about 5,000 penalties against his name. So it's affected P2 already, and we've only been racing for about 4 corners here in this British Grand Prix. What a shame that we can't race, or we can't spectate the real British Grand Prix in real life. This was something I was really looking forward to in 2020, but we'll have to wait till next year. It really is a good time when you can actually go to an F1 race. I can't wait till everything's back to normal and we can, you know, go back and do these things again. 2020 is just a write-off, isn't it? But anyway, let's get back to the game. You can see we're catching up to the race lead, who has actually just binned himself. So, nice one, mate. It's P2 now, effectively on track, and now we are setting up the move on the Mercedes driver. And as easy as you like, we are into the lead of the British Grand Prix. What do you think about the, I've changed the HUD as well recently. I've taken away the players' names. Let me know if you like that better. For online, I think it's a bit weird. I prefer it in single player. It's a bit hard to refer to people's names and stuff, but if you guys like it, I'll keep it for online. But regardless, we got into the lead and we just absolutely stretched away. Fastest lap on lap 2, 126.3, and then by the end of the race, we were winning by over 12 seconds. It was pretty ridiculous. I don't know how we did that, but there we go. If that's not my first win online, it is one of the first few. I could probably count on my hand the amount of times I have won on this game. I haven't really done much online, so there you go. Nice little selfie on the podium. I can't wait to unlock all the celebrations for the podium. But for the time being, we're gonna use the podium selfie until well, we're gonna flog that horse until I get sick of it. Anyway, it's time for the Russian Grand Prix. This time we're starting from the back. I was gonna market this video in a very different way. I was gonna pretend that this was gonna be all single player races. I was racing against online, and I was going to say this is easy mode on F1 2020, and how the AI need to be patched because they're too easy, which I kind of do believe in a way. The AI do need to be patched on this year's game. I have found that some moments are just a little bit odd with career mode, but we'll save that for another video. Away we go for the Russian Grand Prix, and we're running pretty well at this stage. Again, hit into turn 1. Don't really know what's going on for these guys, but it's P13, P12. We've got an illegal overtake on somebody, as everyone is just skedaddling off the circuit. It's easy positions for days here, and we actually didn't get a penalty in the end, so that was very fortuitous for us, as we literally halve our grid position in this Russian Grand Prix. Next up is the Haas. It's SHZ Jonti guy. Jonti. He's actually pretty fast, but for whatever reason was always getting caught up in incidents which really harmed his race. Middle sector, you can see these two up ahead running side by side. The Renault is a little bit all over the place, and we're just having to pick our lines. We got past the Renault and the Alfa Romeo into one corner, so I will take that every single day of the week. up into overtake now, and we absolutely fly past the Ferrari. It seems that in online, one or two people either A, don't know there's an overtake button to press for extra boost, or B, they're just not utilizing it when they should be. And so it can make for some easy overtake sometimes, which I am all about in widening the skill gap. That's funny. Nah, people just aren't pressing it. So it makes it easy to overtake someone when you really want to, which is what you want, I suppose, with an overtake button, funnily enough. But it's P6 at the end of this first lap. We are closing in on the race leaders very quickly. They're not actually too far away, so we might be half a chance of winning this one as we move up into P5. Someone spun out from the lead of the Grand Prix, either one of the top two positions, either way. And now we see the two Haas boys fighting side by side. Maxi S there just basically giving us the spot. Thank you very much. We got Lando Boris in P6. And this was recorded literally hours after the Hungarian Grand Prix. So Lando obviously went back to his hotel, saw that Tiametmarduk was hosting an open lobby, and just had to get involved. So that's the only explanation possible. Purple through the middle sector as we close up to the race leaders here. A win is in sight. The Haas getting very sideways through there. It took a weird line to try and avoid that. The Mercedes puts the Haas all the way in the wall. We get up the inside of him and we're into P2. What a wacky race this has been. 2 laps in, we have unsafe driver who is in the lead of the Grand Prix, and you would have to say is going to be the final boss here in Russia. Some say that Putin is driving, and if I do overtake him, then I don't know, there's going to be a hole in the circuit that emerges, and I'm just going to get sucked up into it, entering the Shadow Realm for all eternity, potentially. But yeah, we're in hyperdrive mode to try and catch up to the AlphaTauri, and now we're going to see what this guy is made of. Is he going to live up to his name? Is he going to be the unsafe driver of the lobby? We'll just have to wait and find out. Bundles of pace on this guy as we set another fastest lap, this time in dirty air, so I'll take that, I guess. But he presses his overtake button in an effort to get away from me. I'm not falling into that trap. I'm going to save my overtake for a little later on in the lap. He goes defensive. We're going to go all the way around the outside into turn 2. And we've made him look absolutely silly. Some people in the comments of my YouTube, my career mode videos have been saying, Ben, turn up the AI. I can't turn it up, it's on 110. And now I'm racing online. What do you want me to do? What do you honestly want me to do? Do you lot believe me now that I'm running 110? There is genuinely people who think I'm... Someone yesterday said, oh Ben, you're editing your videos, you're putting it up to 110 in the menu settings, and then you're editing out the part where you turn it back down again. No. Why do I need to do that? I don't need to do that at all. Am I turning down the AI settings of the other people in this lobby right now? No, I don't think so. Anyway, rant over. Abu Dhabi, and we're getting to the title of this video. How to best respond to a rammer, as you would have seen in the opening clip. So, we know that the start of this race is not going to go down too well. 5 red lights, and away we go. Starting from P3, you're probably wondering how we screwed this all up for ourselves. Well, this is why. I wanted a challenge. I know, I'm a very silly boy. Unsafe driver, was being an unsafe driver in turn 1, yeeting people. And there's just people blowing up left, right, and center. So despite sending myself to last, we've gone back up to the midfield in only a matter of corners, and there we go. The most fair penalty in the history of the Formula 1 games. There was, I'm sorry, I just had to cut the corner. I had no choice. It was just in my nature to cut corners. I apologize. But, yeah, we're going to have to bounce back from this penalty. 2 seconds against our name. How unbelievable is that? That I get a penalty for getting absolutely whacked sideways and just so happen to be cutting across the chicane. I'm sorry for gaining all of that illegal time. But it seems like the AlphaTauris have really got it in for me today. Had to work pretty hard to get past General Geno there. It's P8. And this is going to be a challenge, because not only do we have to win this race, We have to win by a matter of probably over 2 seconds. I'd imagine we'll probably get another penalty with strict corner cutting rules. It's so hard to avoid getting the old penalties around this place. Just the nature of the corners is so sharp, and you do have to mount the curbs a lot in order to be competitive. You can see 3 wide up there. It's never going to work out. And we take a wide berth to avoid people switching back on top of me. And we move ourselves up into P4. So it's been a phenomenal drive so far. We've got the Ferrari up next, and I should have just dove it up the inside into the hairpin. That low-speed rotation from that prancing horse is not great. That's why I need to be in a McLaren, mate. But, there we go, P3. It is equal cars, before anyone says. But we move in this Grand Prix, only 3.4 seconds off the lead. So we need to have a clear run from here on in. We can't afford any more mistakes if we want to win this race. So let's see if we can go about doing that. In the slipstream of the other Ferrari, up into overtake. We're utilizing all of our battery just to get the track position here into the 3rd sector. We've gone in a bit deep there, lost the back end, but we hold on to the position and we just hold on to the racetrack there. P2, and now as we try and catch the race leader, this will be a good opportunity for us to save our battery. One thing I would like to do in future, I don't know if Cody's will ever patch this or whatever, but the option to put the ERS deployment mode into none, just to have just that tiny bit more control over it, that would be nice. Because sometimes I don't want to be running medium through a low-speed section. Sometimes it's just really hard to recover your battery, and it's because you don't have the option to turn it off, essentially. But a clear lap in clear air, and we're putting in a purple time here. We are catching the race leader. The gap is 0.6 of a second. I don't know what his penalty situation is looking like, but we just need to press on as if he doesn't have a penalty, and that we need to get into the lead of the Grand Prix. So, penultimate lap here in Abu Dhabi, and let's see if we can get this guy. I think the smartest play is to wait for DRS and then just fly past in a very easy manner into the first chicane. Don't get any corner cutting penalties here, Ben. I've actually been pretty disciplined here in not getting any penalties as we slide underneath the Renault there. This car just really is. The setup that we've got is really good for low-speed rotation, as evidenced in Singapore in yesterday's career mode video. Not using overtake here. I want to save it for the second back straight, where we might potentially have DRS. We're going to give this guy the corner, and we're going to go slow in, fast out with a switchback, and we'll have much better straight line speed due to the better exit and having the DRS. We're still not opting to use overtake. I probably should have pressed it a bit more as we get squeezed into the braking zone. This guy does not want us to move into the lead of this Grand Prix, so looks like he's really fighting hard here, and so it looks like it's going to be one of those battles. So here we go, into the hotel section. Are we going to go around the outside as he goes defensive? Yes, we are. Again, we get the big squeeze off the track. He can't cover the inside this time, and we have the lead of the race. So with just over a lap to go, we need to gap this guy, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We have the fuel to do so. Battery is all right. So we'll deploy a bit of overtake on this back straight and pull away. But as we check the penalty situation, it said he had 8 seconds worth, but then he just felt he spun out. So we got someone else in P2 now, and he also has a penalty. So by that measure, we will come away with a victory of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the best way possible to respond to rammers. You can obviously ram them back and descend to their level, but you're not going to be competitive doing that. The best way is to just ignore them, bounce back, and win the bloody thing. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix on the last lap for good measure. And that, my friends, is F1 2020 in a nutshell. Rammers everywhere. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2020 content. I really do enjoy doing the online side of things, and I think very soon, now that things are starting to calm down and we're getting towards the end of Season 1 of Career Mode, I'm going to start putting plans in place to indulge in other series and other types of videos. So what I might be doing soon is a road to master rank once again, as we did on F1 2018 and 2019. I feel like the timing is it's getting appropriate to delve into that series again, and I can't wait. I really do enjoy doing the ranked series. So join me for that very soon. And yeah, like I said, if you want to get involved, follow me on Twitter, and we'll get racing each other. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.